And welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 6 Expert, where I'm just doing it. I'm down here mining for embedded ammonites, just under the ocean. And I mean, I've gotten a few. Certainly not the easiest thing to get. And I would certainly really like to be able to get that capturing enchant and try and set up some spawners with whatever the things are that drop these. Nautilus. Yeah. So we could find Nautilus. Actually, the other alternative is Drowned, if we had a Drowned spawner. Because they occasionally spawn with Nautilus. I assume the ones from spawners do as well. But I mean, we still would need... Unless we find a Drowned spawner, we would still need to be able to change the spawner. Anyhow, I've been down here mining, and we also have mending on some of our stuff, and upgraded a diamond chestplate that I had just sitting in my one of my many chests to netherite, and have mending on this hammer as well, which is very, very handy. And we managed to get mending by doing the villager thing, so the prices have actually gone down a little bit. So for 9 emeralds and 1 book, that's mostly due to the villager trading hat, we're able to get a mending book, and then we just chuck it on our Tetra stuff, either via the anvil, or if it's a Tetra tool, we obviously do it by our shiny new Tetra workshop, which is going very well. Now I've actually got a bunch of junk in my inventory. So what I would like to do today, we had a chopping board at some stage, and we're going to need it again. Okay, there it is. You are going to live... I mean, that's not a great place for it. I guess there. We'll chuck this in our offhand. Maybe with a different tool. Ah, I see. Other way around. And there we go. 18 Nautilus shells. And it's been a couple of episodes since we were first organising that. I believe the stuff was in here that I was trying to do. Oh, and time in a bottle is also not too bad. A potion of swiftness, which we could make with some sugar, and an anvil would give us time in a bottle. Not that we really have machines that require us to need that. So, I needed a few conduits, so let's craft these guys up. Now that we got these Nautilus shells, and I should have plenty. I have some source gems. 32. And now we've got all of this stuff. Now I'm really, really hoping we can do multiple crafts at once. So that should be everything for 4 conduits. Thank goodness. I was a little bit worried we'd just end up with 1 and the others would get burnt. Sweet, 4 conduits. And we are going to use them for crafting this Arcane Gold, because we can't make the source links without having... Well, we need to be into blood magic first for the volcanic one. The other one was the crop growth one, which we could get into, but we still need gold, which needs Arcane Gold, which we're crafting with this recipe. So actually, we need a lot of conduits. And we still need 8 Arcane Gold just for this ergonomic. But I think that's worth it. Otherwise, we're going to have to craft the volcanic one, which means we still have to make those 8. And then we also need to get into blood magic. I don't know which one's worth it, but I mean, we've got crops, so this should be fine. So now I don't actually know how to use this guy. So this makes sense. We actually need arcane pedestals, and we put these things around it. So it's similar to like Eidolons, where you put the rituals. And yes, the fire is frozen because I installed Optifine, because I was just having fairly average FPS, to be honest. So we probably want to actually set this up near a whole bunch of crops, and preferably some that we want to grow. I don't know what the range is, but I'm harvesting these to trade with the villager, so maybe we set up this here. We need a bunch of arcane stone, which is lightning. That's not too bad. Let's get some more of this. Actually, never mind. We got a whole bunch. We've already crafted, I must have crafted a bunch. Sweet. So there's 6. Let's start with that. And actually, maybe we don't try and construct this near the crops. Maybe I'll just put crops around it. And we'll have like a magic crop area. Let's put this like raised up a little bit. So I'll use different blocks eventually. So, arcane core, enchanting apparatus. Then we need 6 things off it. So we have like 1 there, 2. No recipe found. Oh, use the middle item on the enchanting apparatus block. The middle item. Which one's the middle one? I mean, I'd assume in this case it would be the conduit. That would make the most sense. Ooh. Nice. And that got us 2. Which is not enough. So, well, time to craft as many of these as I can. And then we just need not this much Phytogro, but actually that was way more than I thought I was going to be making. We need a little bit of it for crafting this dude. So I think we have everything now. Nighttime again, of course. And this is actually going to make this area look a bit better anyway. So, 2 gold ingots. And then the center thing I think was a conduit. And we should get this ergonomic source link. And this is going to enable us to get that rose gold cheaper. Now, where can I put this like up here? I don't think it needs to be that close, but I'm wondering... yeah, how am I going to do this? Okay. Actually, I just decided I really don't like the way that looks. This might look slightly better like that. It'll be a little bit more annoying to use, and actually this needs to come further back. There we go. That looks a little bit better. A little bit better. So, just another extension on that style. It's actually like not an actual square. So, yeah. But I think like when you look at the whole thing, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. And we got this dude set up. So he's getting source, which is perfect. Because I don't want to have to make conduits every time I need to craft arcane gold. Which we need. We need a bit more for this blood altar. Now, other stone was arcane stone and the spirit fire. That shouldn't be too bad. I might have already crafted this for the blood altar. I mean, what's 2 more arcane stone shouldn't be a big deal. Nice. Oh, have I don't know if I prayed to the dark god yet. I hadn't, but I still didn't get the I'm after a touch of darkness. And I have blood sign and wicked sign, so not touch of darkness. But then if I wanted to craft more arcane gold, now we don't have to use this conduit. We can just use soul shards, enchanted ash, gold, and redstone. Let's give that a try. So I think not enough source nearby. Okay, cool. Now I don't know if that's this doesn't have enough source or it's not nearby. I really wish I could see how much source was in that. Is there a way to do that? So apparently you do require a source jar to store the source. I can't just like pick it up from the thing. So if we get a source jar Yeah, of course it's night again. How close does this have to be? Cool. And if we pick this up, can we see how much sauce is in there? 10% full. Well, that's not that helpful. I don't know how much 10% is. But then if we try and craft with this, nice. Sweet. Perfect. And that got us to Arcane Gold. So I think I definitely want to automate this with hoppers, right? That's pretty painful to do manually. But hey, we're starting to collect sauce. I'd probably want a few jars as well. Maybe just line them up here. And as long as I make sure I come along and harvest these crops when they're ready. And probably also lighting this area up would be good. And that should help it grow a bit better. Nice, and then hopefully hopper automation is going to work for this, because that's pretty painful to do. And once we get some automatic crop harvesting, which we could actually do with Create, and just have them running and just harvesting every once in a while. And that would be pretty cool, actually. And once again, the mob spawners are coming in pretty handy. Slight issue with how much stuff we're picking up, but we'll be able to solve that problem once we get the knowledge of the knowledge of the ages enchant, which converts drops just straight to experience, which would be quite handy because they drop a lot of stuff. So, used some of that enchanted ash to create the barrier to keep the undead in there. And then I've already set up the ritual, and hopefully this will. Awesome. 21 salt shards. And then utilizing these incredibly fancy hoppers, which I'm sure we'll be able to, I'm sure we'll be able to automate that more nicely in the future. Now I did try this once before just to make sure it was going to work. It's a little bit annoying. And we can just right click that there. I assume I don't have another hopper on me. That we could also do this. We can, we just don't have a way of extracting it yet. But I think if we scroll up to Expert, Pretty Pipes. Pretty Pipes probably allows requesting ingredients for crafted recipes. Oh, we should probably get into this because my storage, oh, okay, all right. Okay, so there's some electrum, so we need some sort of alloy smelter. Right, okay, we'll hold off on that just yet. But hey, this is getting us plenty of Arcane Gold. And it's not completely automated, but this is significantly less painful. Actually, we haven't even run out of sauce yet, which is nice. This is significantly less painful than like manually doing it every time. We do need to make sure we come across and do this. Now, we could also utilize a villager for this, if we didn't want to go through the effort of setting up Create, because villagers will harvest crops. And I know you can do a thing where, like if you fill their inventory up with seeds, although that possibly only works for wheat. If we fill their inventory up with potatoes, they'd harvest the potatoes, and then we could have Hopper going around underneath collecting those potatoes. And that would be some automated potato harvesting. A little bit vanilla style, but I mean, hey, anything we can do in vanilla, we can currently do in this pack. Now, why'd you stop working? Oh, we must have ran out of something? Oh, we may be out of sauce. Oh, not enough sauce nearby. It did say that. Cool. And I'm assuming that'll kick off once we have more source. So source is a little bit of a problem, but I have loaded this area. So aside from the fact we have to harvest potatoes, you know, this will work. This will work. And we could set up a villager in here. We could just have a villager running around harvesting potatoes. I might. But hey, there's a whole bunch of arcane gold, which means I think finally we can craft this dude, because I managed to harvest another cooking pot. Let's do it. I'm going to need to set up a blood magic area. And yeah, I'm kind of, in terms of what I'm planning on doing with this base, instead of having like one big structure that holds everything, which we'll need once we set up like all the auto crafting and refined storage and stuff, but until we get to that point, I think like sprawling the base out. So we've been focusing pretty heavily on magic at the moment, which is cool because it requires a lot of structures. So we might like end up with, I don't know, blood magic either up there or over there or something. Astral sorcery is going to take up a bit of space. That's going to end up somewhere. These crops are probably all going to go at some point. That mob farm's probably temporary. But we'll want lots of other buildings for all the experty recipes that require their own like create crafting setup. Because I think there's a few like that. Like the mechanical crafters. They're used for making like this, and this can be crafted normally, so that's a bad example. But something like, I mean, we're never going to make multiple digital miners, like reactors. Yeah, so if we wanted to be able to auto-craft heaps of them, we would need to set up this, although it looks like it's only one. It's not used for anything, so maybe that's a bad example. But there might be things that have big create crafting recipes that we want to set up multiple of. And that could be cool like in its own structure. Anyhow, blood magic altar. Blood magic altar. And the last one of these. Nice. Oh, may only be used in the Undergarden. Craft a master blood orb to lift this restriction. That is interesting. That is interesting. Okay, I guess if we want to do that, which we do because that enables us to get the crushing wheel, we need to go to the Undergarden, which I don't think there are quests for. Doesn't really look like it. Ooh, I should have been doing these recipes. Oh, seals have also been known to give people a variety of precious materials from the ocean depths. Does that mean seals can give us nautilus shells? I don't know how seals work. Off-world adventure. Aha, the catalyst, 5,000. So this is the thing for taking us to the Undergarden. Cool. Well, I guess that's what we're doing next time because we can't use this. Oh, we can't even place it in this dimension. Right. You have to craft a master blood orb. Which, I mean, I'm just going to assume it's going to require shadow steel, turn chromatic compound. We get that from Britannia, astral sorcery. We've actually got those things. We've got some mana steel. Fused sun metal we don't have. Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a bit of that. Sweet, well I guess next time we're going to be adventuring into the Undergarden. Yeah, I can't actually do anything else yet, can I? We can't place this down. Sweet. Well, that'll probably do it for this episode. We've set up some decent auto-crafting for... Not auto-craft, well, some decent less manual crafting of Arcane Gold, and it looks like next time we're heading to the Undergarden and the Atom. Actually, probably just the Undergarden, just to get the blood altar set up so that we can finally get those crushing wheels. Finally going to get actual ore doubling, or close to, I think it is. Anyhow, it's been ClassicDuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.